Okay, we are back. Woo, 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 woo. I should cheer for that.
Indeed.
Wow, we are back. We are back. We are back. We are back on your platform right now because we were having a lot of technical difficulties on my platform. So I am so glad to do this still with you. And for those who do not know who I am, because we may have some of your followers on here like, who is that woman with Coach G? Well, everybody, I am Dr. Conte Terrell, and I am coming to you with Dating Differently with Demi and Dr. Conte. However, we are on the podcast of Real Love Nation with the amazing G Hightower. He is our special guest tonight. And so we are so super. We were determined. You guys got to hear this conversation tonight. We're not even on. I don't know about him, but I'm not even on timeline tonight. Now after all of this, I'm gonna make sure you guys get every bit of it and whatever else you need. So we are here for you tonight. Again, I am Dr. Conte Terrell. I am your go-to person for your wisdom when it comes to dating, because I want to help you be able to identify those red flags. And they're red flags, and sometimes I know it's hard for us to identify them. I typically say when they are dressed up in a real nice, sexy package, it's sometimes hard to identify those red flags. We look right over them with our rose-colored glasses. So I am here to help you recognize that even when chemistry does not equal compatibility. And so a lot of times we get caught up with that. My superpower is empowering you to be super. And I do that by helping you love from a healed place, set strong, healthy boundaries, and attract the love that you, I, and all of us truly deserve. And yes, I am an ordained minister. So I do it with a little holy sass, because even the truth needs style. And so typically we have my wonderful and beautiful co-host, Demi, here with us. And she is also with the Demi Dating Network. And she had a pre-arranged event tonight. And so for the last 2 weeks, we have been so excited because we decided to ask a male co-host to join us. And we went back and forth, and God just said, G Hatta. And that's the honest God truth. He asked me, why me? Why you call me? And I said, God said, it came to me. And so I was so honored and so grateful and so thankful that his heart said yes. And so I know that many of you, because we are on his platform, you know who this man is. And we have talked about him quite a bit on our platform. But I definitely still want to do an introduction of him. He is so well deserving. So, yes, tonight I want to so happily introduce to you all, and for those, introduce to some, and just share with others, the amazing G Hightower, the entanglement coach. He is with us tonight, and he is a dynamic teacher who delivers content, life changing content that encourages men and women to develop a passion for God and to discover their life's purpose. He specializes in breaking toxic soul ties and entanglements. You guys always want to say, what does that mean? That's what he does. That's what the entanglement coach means. He breaks those soul ties and entanglements, which prevent people from being able to maximize their potential. So Gerald, affectionately known as the amazing Coach G, has been endowed with multiple unique gifts of wisdom and relationship for relationships, which has allowed him to achieve great results in working with singles and couples worldwide. The highly sought after love, love strategist and soul care specialist has been equipped with a global mission for building healthy love relationships. So join Coach G and become a part of the powerful relationship movement, Real Love Nation. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I wanted to, you know what? I have helped women for almost 30 years now. And it's one of those things, it's one of those things, G, like I don't have children, but I know how it is. You can tell your children one thing 100 times, and then somebody down the street or a neighbor or the teacher can say the same thing, and they'll say, well, Mr. Such and such told me that, and you're like, I've been telling you that for a long time. And so that was one of the reasons why we wanted to have a male co-host as our guest, because a lot of times what we say is received differently coming from a male's perspective. And not only received differently, you're able to give us different perspectives. So we are so excited to have you. Our title and topic tonight is when a man is serious, you won't be confused. When a man
Mm.
is serious, you won't be confused. And the reason we chose that topic, Demi and I, because with the women that, and singles period, but particularly women, we have heard so many say, I mean, it's so confusing. I mean, the day he wants to, tomorrow he doesn't, or if, well, we'll see. Let's just see how it goes. And you know, ladies, y'all already know what I say about that. Let's just see how it goes line. So, you know, a lot of times it's confusing. It's confusing for females to know like what is really real and what is out there and how is it, you know, how is this? Give me some clarity. So we want to know from a male's perspective. Men create clarity, I believe, when they care. I believe when they care, it is not so confusing. I believe when they choose you, it is not so confusing. You're prioritized. You feel like you're prioritized. They make plans, they set plans for you. They're often able to show you that. So give us some insight on when a man is serious, it's not so confusing. Would you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am, Dr. Conti, and thank you so much for. I know we're using my studio, but this is your show, so thank you for inviting me to your show, and shout out to Demi as well in her absence. Um, oh, by the way, Dr. Conti, did you hit the stream on your in the studio there? Look at the upper right hand corner,
Okay. All
and you
right,
should.
let me do that. You're right. So I can stream this to my
Yeah, and then it'll be on your page.
perfect, 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 and perfect.
So now we're on both pages.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So cool. So, hey, Dr. CC, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Bishop Joyce, blessings to you. Blessings, everybody coming in the room. So we'll see people start coming in now in just a couple of
Mhm,
minutes. Now that we're
mhm,
sharing on your page. Um, yes, Dr. CC, listen. My
mhm.
first date, I was in ninth grade. I was 14 years old. I went to uh, my girlfriend's house. Her father was sitting there waiting on me. I'm taking her to the movies, and then we're going to go to the skating rink. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm 14 years old. And this man, who eventually became my spiritual father because he was the assistant pastor of the church that I
Uh-huh.
eventually joined and gave my life to Jesus when I turned 18. Um, he said to me with his deep, rich baritone voice, so, young man, what are your intentions concerning
Uh-oh.
my daughter?
Uh-oh.
I'm 14 years old. And I sat there and I said, well, sir, I'm going to take your dad. We're gonna go to go see the movie, and we're after that we're gonna go to the skating rink. And
That's
and
my
mom was
intention.
sitting right there too, and she just started laughing because she knew I was just nervous and I did not answer his question. And so she laughed and she got up and went to the kitchen. She said, "Baby, you want some tea or something?" And I said, "Yeah, anything, mom. Yes, yeah, praise the Lord."
Thing.
So he sits there, he's unwavering. He's completely just looking me dead in my eye, like he can see through my soul. And I'm like, oh my God, I ain't never felt this kind of pressure. And he said, looked down at me like this, and he said, "What are your intentions concerning my daughter?" I said, oh. I said, "Well, sir, I plan to take her out. Uh, I'm going to make sure I pay for her food. I'm going to make sure she's well taken care of, and then
At
we'll be back
14,
here
though, I'm gonna
by
make
the
sure all of
curfew,
that.
11 o'clock. We'll be back." And so by this time, she's coming down the stairs. He said, "You see that pretty girl right there?" I said, "Yes, sir, I sure do. Oh, my God." And he said, "The same way you're taking her out of here is the same way I want her to come home. You understand me?" "Yes, sir, I sure do. Oh, my God. Yes, sir. Aye,
Aye,
aye."
aye, sir.
At 14 years old, I'm challenged by this man who's allowing me to take his daughter out to state my intentions. There's no
Mhm.
way, Dr. Conti, that grown men who know about that, there's no way that grown men don't state their intentions. A grown man doesn't show up in a woman's life without letting her know what his intentions are. And if
Mhm.
he doesn't state any intentions, then he either has a hidden agenda that he doesn't want you to know about,
Mm.
or he is aimless and he's just kind of going along like a ship at sea with no rudder, no navigation system,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And nobody wants to be with a person like that. If you're aimless, hey, that means any wind that blows, you're subject to go along with that flow, right? I need to
That's
know, what in the world are your intentions? What is the agenda? What is the plan? What's the
right.
vision?
Mm.
And a man who
So
can't share that, Dr. Conti, is a man that you don't want to spend any time with.
bingo. All right. See, now I've been saying it, y'all, but y'all just heard it from the entanglement coach. A man knows what he wants, and so let me ask you this: so this confusion, I'm hearing, and I may be. I want to make sure I'm hearing this right. It's obviously intentional because they know when they are clear, they know what they want, they're saying it. But this, so if it's intentional, if they're doing it and it's not correct, then how does it benefiting? Because obviously it is benefiting men who won't uh, access without some kind of responsibility. That's how I look
Right.
at that.
Access without accountability. Absolutely.
Access
So,
without accountability.
So here's the thing, Dr. Connie, and I'm gonna turn the corner right here. But ladies, I'm not here to hurt. I'm here to help.
I love it.
There's too many women that make themselves easily accessible,
Mm,
and so accessibility without accountability is going to lead you into something that's going to end up in disappointment.
mm-hmm,
So, because
mm-hmm.
you have an expectation that he does have some, at least a modicum of accountability, at least he has some measure of understanding about what his intentions are concerning you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
ladies, if he doesn't state that up front, and this is a undefined relationship and an undefined direction, then ladies, you have to value yourself enough where you say, you know what?
Yes.
I'm not with that program.
Yes.
Think
Yes.
about this, ladies. I need you to put yourself in the mindset of thinking that this man is getting ready to put you in a car, okay? Or you're going to meet him somewhere, but
And
you have no clue about where we're going. Why would you sign up for that? Would you get on an aircraft and
mm,
the ticket was blank?
mm.
And as soon as you get on the plane, it's like, excuse me, flight attendant, where's the
Where we
destination? Yeah,
going?
where are we going? And then you see the captain sitting there and says, don't worry about it. We're going to get there.
Look.
I mean,
Or like they say, oh well, let's just see where we're going. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just
you're
see
gonna let
how it
somebody
goes.
take
I
you
know.
35,000 feet up in the air and you don't have any idea where we're going? Listen, come on now. So
Let's
you
just
have to
see how
value
it
yourself
goes.
enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to get on board with anything or anyone it's an undefined uh, destination. You
That's
know what
right.
I mean? And
That's
then I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, Dr. Conti, but we have to use the filter of peace.
Mm-hmm.
The peace that comes to you is your
Yes.
filter that lets you know that this is
Mm-hmm.
either a good situation potentially, or
Mm-hmm.
if you have no peace, if you got a check in your spirit, and ladies, y'all stop
Mm-hmm.
playing. You know when you get a check in your spirit, you
Yes,
just
yes,
decided to run past that red sign, that red flag.
yes.
You you
That's why I
you
said that
decided
when
to
the nervous
run
system
past that
alarm,
stoplight.
yeah, that nervous system alarm goes off. That's what I call that.
It is an alarming thing. Holy Spirit will always give you a check in the pit of your belly. You'll know, hey, no, there's too much uncertainty here,
Mm-hmm.
right? None of us, Dr. Conti, would invest in a business and we can't see what the ROI is.
Mm.
So
Y'all,
why would we do
ooh,
that in a
y'all,
relationship?
this is good. I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to hear this. Listen, let me ask you this because I've heard this from men before. What's
Mhm.
your take on this? I've heard that men know, like, y'all know, if you meet somebody, like, if this is somebody you think is long-term potential or quality, somebody you want to take it to the next level as far as a relationship, or maybe even your wife, her. I've heard men know that quite often, quite early.
We
Or
do.
they know if this is just somebody this gonna maybe be a Netflix and chill person.
Yeah. We immediately place women in one of three categories.
Okay, what are the three?
Uh,
Oh,
number
let
one,
me get I need some popcorn.
number one, we either know that she is the fun girl, and
Ooh,
and we'll determine that not because of what we want, but because of what she presents.
okay.
Is again, if she requires no accessibility, excuse me, no accountability and gives me easy accessibility, she's the fun girl. If she is the project girl, meaning that, hey, access may be granted at some point, but I'm gonna have to put some work in. So we categorize that. Hey, it's a no right now, but eventually, hey, if I just stay patient, I'm gonna get those cookies. Right?
Okay, what's the number three?
Number three, this girl is wife material, and I can't play no games with her.
I
I
like
can't
it.
play no games. So if I can't step up to the standard that she requires, then I got to step off.
Yes, y'all gonna hear that again. I love it. So you have three. The men puts us women in three categories: the fun girl, which is easy accessible; the project girl, which I'm gonna have to put a little work in, but I'm gonna eventually get the cookie or whatever I'm trying to get to; or this is wife material. I love
Absolutely.
it. I
Thank you,
love it.
Dr. Cece. Dr. Cece put it up for us.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I absolutely love that. So effort is not pressure, because a lot of times I'm constantly telling women you have to require some effort. What men really think about women with standards? What do you think about women who are requiring effort, or women who have standards? What do men think of? I mean, does that scare them off, or does that, I think standards actually filter a person. But how do men look at a woman with high strong standards? Basically, from what you just said, they may think that's wifey material, or it may be a project to work harder on. But how do men feel about women with some standards?
We respect them. We respect a woman that has standards. And now I'm gonna, in a minute, I'll distinguish the difference, Dr. Connie, between standards and expectations,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of women conflate the two. They are distinctly different.
Mm-hmm.
But standards are going to be based on principle. And if we are the people of faith, then the principles are based on God's word.
Mm-hmm.
So a standard is I'm not having sex with you until marriage. That standard is based on principle. The principle is based on God's word,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing unrealistic about that unless you are a person who doesn't subscribe to the word of God. You don't subscribe to any your core values is not based in God's standards, in God's law,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you're operating in a way that's just kind of aimless, and you want to be easily moved by your flesh rather than being disciplined to operate in the spirit. So a woman that maintains standards for herself that's a great thing. We have respect for
Right.
her. And
Okay.
again, men will either step up to the standard. Listen to this, Dr. C. Even if
Mm,
he's never had to step up before, but if he really
mm.
values the connection with this woman, he will step up to a standard that he's never been required to step up to.
Wow. I
Dr.
love that.
Jamal Bryant just shared this recently on his podcast with Dr. Carey.
What did he
He
say?
almost lost Dr. Carey initially, and she
Mm,
blocked him. She blocked
hmm
him on all social media. She blocked the phone number. Well,
I didn't hear that story.
Dr. Jamal had never had a woman do that before,
Yeah.
ever. He
Yes.
was accustomed to, because of who he is, one of the most influential black men in America,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and has been for many years. uh, Dr. Jamal's never been accustomed to a woman telling him no or whatever. He's accustomed to telling a woman, hey, stay over there. And when I get back, be
Right.
ready. That kind of thing.
Right.
Dr. Carey set a standard and she says, and I'm not compromising.
That's right. That's right. I love it. A
And
sisters. Hear that.
ultimately, Dr. Jamal shared and beautifully transparent in sharing that Dr. Carey is the first woman that ever required him to step up to a standard that he did not think he was good enough to step up to,
That he didn't think he was good enough to step up to.
because he's never been required to. And
Wow.
so, women, you have to, and you can't get mad at us for being the hunters that God designed us to be.
Mm-hmm.
We're just following our nature.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you have to set that standard, because the right man will step up to that
That's
standard
right. He
gladly,
will rise to
willingly.
that stand, or
He
the
will rise to
others
the
will
occasion.
retreat. He's going to either rise to it or he's going to retreat. If that person is
Yes,
retreating, he's not your person.
he will rise to the
He's not
occasion,
your person.
right?
So having standards, so a high value. I hear that everybody's talking about high value now. High value person, high
Mhm.
value partner. So high value is not the same as high maintenance. I don't think so. A lot of men will say, "Oh, she's just high maintenance." And
Mhm.
I'm just saying, people look at me and probably think, "Oh, she high maintenance. Look at her. She always got to have a certain." Somebody told me, a guy told me, literally, someone told me, and I thought it was kind of quite funny. He was someone who delivered some toys, uh, and to our
What kind of toys?
to our tour drive.
Oh, okay. Praise the
Tour
Lord.
drive. Very
We got to
handsome man.
clarify nowadays.
Entanglement coach, y'all. Real toys for kids. He
Praise the
delivered,
Lord.
right. He delivered them, and he's a very handsome man. And we were laughing and talking, and one of my employees said, "Oh, y'all look good together," just out of the blue. And he's like, "Oh no, I can't afford Dr. Conti." He said, "I can't. She's high maintenance." He said, "I can't afford red bottoms." And I was like, what? Like, really? So that's what people look at. So high value, and I think I'm a high value person. I don't even own a pair of red bottoms. You know why? Because they hurt my feet. Not because I can't afford them, but they hurt my feet. So I
Right, right,
was
right.
like, but for him to say that, like, no, I can't afford Dr. Conte. I'm like, how you know that? Why would you say that? Because I mean, carry yourself as a high value person. So how does men look at high value versus high maintenance?
Well, I'll definitely address that. Let me kind of go back just a second, Dr. Conti, and talk about standards versus expectations. So, again, standards are based on principle, expectations are based on your own inward desires, whatever those are. They're
Mhm.
not principle based, they're not rooted in the word, they're just your expectations, whatever those are. Like the most famous one or infamous expectation that a lot of women, not all, but that many women have, is that he's got to be 6 foot plus, six
Yeah,
foot
those
two
are
and up.
understand.
That's an
Look, I
expectation.
call it
That's
the,
not
I,
a
I call
standard.
it three sixes. Six
Yep,
feet tall, six pack, and six figures. That's
absolutely
not
right.
a standard.
Exactly right. They want a 6'6" man. Why you would want a 6'6" man? I don't know. God bless you.
Because you
But
can have
yeah,
6'6" men that's crazy, abusive, and very, very toxic. I do know. I have a lot of clients that have had that. So that's
absolutely.
not a standard. Absolutely
Yeah,
correct.
it's not a standard, it's an expectation. And as my distant mentor, Dr. Susan Jeffers, talked about, who's a clinical psychologist, Dr. Susan Jeffers published in her book in 1989, Opening Our Hearts to Men. And she outlines 14 bullet points, barriers to intimacy. Women do these things and it creates a barrier to intimacy with her man or her husband. And the
Mm,
number one item that she lists is unrealistic expectations.
mm,
And
mm.
so a lot of women have to stop conflating the two. Standards and
Yes,
expectations are two totally different things.
yes, yes.
So now
Absolutely.
going back to your question, um, if a woman has standards, a standard is a good thing. If a woman is in a place where she has a great deal, she's invested in herself mentally, spiritually, financially. Being a high value woman is not necessarily a woman of high maintenance. Actually, a woman of high value is a woman who not only has an expectation to be treated well, she
Mm,
also knows how to treat a man well.
absolutely.
That's a high value woman. That's not a woman who's necessarily driving $100,000, $200,000 vehicle and wearing designer clothes and, $500 earrings,
That's
and
right.
$10,000 Chanel glasses. I mean, all of that is cute, hunty, but you could have all that
That's
on
what
and be a hot mess, a hot mess,
exactly.
right? So
Exactly.
no, the high value woman is a woman who is a woman whose life is governed by the word. A high value woman is a disciplined woman. A high
Hmm.
value woman is a woman who understands the power of her femininity, and she never ever has to put on some mask of masculinity in
Right.
order to kind of um, get her way with a man or to exercise influence or so on and so forth. A woman who is a high value woman, she knows her worth and she lives in a space of great peace, Dr. Conti, and she never, ever lowers her standard
I love
to
it.
accommodate the needs of somebody else.
That's a yes. Yes, baby. That's what that is. I love it. I love it. If you are watching, please say hello to me. Let me know you're watching. We are so glad to have you here tonight. You are watching Dating Differently with Demi and Dr. Conti. However, we are on the the amazing G Hightower, the Entanglement Coaches platform tonight with Real Love Nation. Is so happy to have him. He is a wealth of information. He has been helping couples and singles for many years. He's a pastor, he's a coach. He is just, I follow him, and likewise, he's followed me for years. So we are both very, very, excited to hear from one another and share this platform together. This is our actual first time sharing the platform. So again, I want to thank you. Thank you so much, Coach G, for being with us tonight. Let's move on down a little bit to breadcrumbing. We had a we had a we had a podcast last week, and we talked about breadcrumbing because so many women are familiar with love bombing. Oh, he comes in and he's love bombing me. He wants this, he wants to bring me that, he's doing all this stuff. But they're not familiar with breadcrumbing and how you get just a little bit and then not so much, and they're not, I'm gonna call you, but they don't, they know, there's again that lack of consistency. You may get something, a flower this week, but I was, and my dating is gathering information. So I was dating someone, gathering information. Now this person brought me flowers every time we saw each other. But we just we that may be a month may go past. A month may go by. So
Mhm.
if you're only seeing me every 3 weeks or once a month, surely you can bring flowers. To me, that was breadcrumbing, but it was disguised that, oh my gosh, he brings me flowers every time I see him. There was no quality time. There was no
Mhm.
consistency. There was no planning dates. It was, hey, how you doing? What we gonna do this week? I want to pick you up and take. But it was not anything planned. It was kind of almost spur of the moment, and then show up with flowers. No, that
Okay. Okay.
that doesn't work. I think that's breadcrumbing. Now somebody else, another sister or another queen, may think, but he brought me flowers every time he come. I mean, I may not see him that much, but it's okay when I see him. He doing the thing. No, no. So my question is, is it emotional laziness that keep men from making those kind of commitment decisions, or one? I don't think so, but want to put in the effort, or is it again? What is that with the breadcrumbing thing? Men just don't want to step up and don't want to be accountable, or what is that?
Well, I'm not sure if you've given us the totality of that situation, Dr. Connie, because I would ask probably a little bit further. I would ask, what were your expectations with that gentleman, and did you communicate those expectations?
I did.
Um, okay, okay, cool. So if quality time is your number one or number two love language, and you communicated that, and
Yes,
that's not being given, but yet he's coming with gifts, well, that's already a sign, and I won't call it a red flag, but it's
yeah,
definitely a
look,
yellow one,
yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah. And let me say this: I even said, I understand his time was quite tight. My time
Hmm.
is quite tight. So
Hmm.
I even said, I understand that, we both have really tight schedules. There's other obligations that you have. If if we can't have the quality time, I need the effort. Like
Did you
consistent
define what
calls,
did you
consistent
define?
texts,
Okay, you defined it.
consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, there needed to be some other effort there, and those were intermittent as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
So oftentimes, Dr. Connie, I won't call it laziness because laziness looks completely different. And we may get into that a little later. But what I will say is that oftentimes men are so ensconced in their work, they're focused on their purpose, that they may have a desire for you, but they haven't really got to a place of stabilizing whatever they're working on so that they can give you the quality time you deserve.
And
Um,
to
our purpose is always going to be first, and
yes.
women have to. I know you know that because you're a purpose driven woman yourself, but many women don't understand that, and they're thinking that he can just take time away from his purpose and give time to me. I know women that have dated and been married to professional athletes,
Mm-hmm.
and she's expecting him to give up some of his practice time. Well, I need to go here, and can't you just take me over here real quick? I mean, you can be a little bit late to practice. You've been late to practice before. You're asking me now to compromise my purpose to
Mm-hmm.
accommodate your need.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say, Dr. Conti, I don't believe in compromising. We've been
Right.
taught that for years, but compromise by definition means that I'm giving up something that I need to accommodate your need. What I
Mm-hmm.
do believe and what's healthy and necessary in a relationship is that we all have got to have for each other. We got to be willing to make adjustments,
Adjustments,
changes, and sacrifices.
compromises. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for me, again, I don't like the word compromise because it's
Compromise.
requiring me to give up
Yep,
something,
something.
right?
Mhm.
You're asking me to go be late to practice so I can go with you to shop at Holly Hobby or whatever you're
I'm
trying to get
asking you, even if it's late when you get home, you can at least text me and say, "Hey, honey, good night. I love you." All. Not I love you, but I missed you. Didn't talk to you today, but good night. Have a good night. How was your day?
sure,
That's what I mean.
sure. Um, Dr. CC said he should always be able to make a call or send a
No.
text.
See, she just said exactly what I'm talking about. See, that's
Yes,
why we have to have men on here and women on here because
yes,
that's what we're talking about. Thank you, Dr.
yes,
CC. Exactly what I'm saying. I don't care how long, how hard, or whatever. It doesn't take but a couple of minutes to
right.
text at night and say,
I
"Hey,
totally
it's a
agree.
long day." So, and that's what I mean about the effort. Even if it's not the quality time, it's about the effort. And so I feel that that's a form of breadcrumbing. You're just giving very little effort and consistency, even if it's not time. What about the effort that show? I think it would have he couldn't understand why he's not. He still can't understand why he's not in my life. But I think had he put a little bit more effort, like Dr. CC said, just
Hmm.
some texts, some calls, that would have sustained more than the flowers.
Right. I feel that. I feel that. And that's really good. And I think, Dr. Conti, obviously, it sounds like you communicated with him well, and he either just wasn't listening or he just stayed focused on his own agenda. It's like, okay, well, she just going to have to deal with whatever or accept whatever.
That's
And
right.
now he's wondering like, dang, how did I fumble that?
Yeah, exactly. We
Right.
our podcast next week, Demi and I, is he just didn't like you like that. And I feel he just didn't like me like that. You can say you do, but if
Hmm.
you're not willing to do some of the simple things, that means you really didn't like him like that. He could be stringing you along. Absolutely. Valerie
Hmm.
said he could be stringing you along because you're right. There were some agendas and some things that was taking uh some precedence. But if you know and I know and we've talked about where we want to go, then you're not really ready to go there. And so one
Hmm.
of the things that Demi and I teach women all the time is if it's not, and you hate when I say it's a vetting process. It's a vetting
I
process.
don't hate the vetting process. You know what
And
word I hate?
he hates the interviewing process. And
Nope.
I say that,
What's that other
oh,
I word?
investigating.
That's it.
But all of it is that. All of it is an interview, a vetting, and it's an investigating. And that's what I was seeing. I was investigating, I was vetting, I was watching, and I gave, plenty of opportunities for this individual to make some adjustment. And he would say every time, "You're absolutely right. You are absolutely," and I would be like, "Wow, this is cool. Like we had a really good emotional conversation, right? Put forth the effort, right? We had this really good emotional conversation." And I told Jimmy, okay, Jimmy, I think he really gets it. He get it. He understands, and nothing changed, So it comes to a point where you have to start. Too much talking is enough. We've talked about it, and it's just obviously something you're not able to do. And women need to be able to be true to yourself and true to who you have have called yourself to be, and not just continue to compromise or settle. That's a settle, or stay in something that you already see is not changing. Is there's no clarity or there's no consistency. That is a standard to me. For me, there has to be consistency. That's one of my standards. I have to see effort. And
Hmm.
so if you're crossing to me a boundary of standards, or your internal navigation system, or that nervous, I call it that nervous alarm is going off, then that's a no-go. And it doesn't even need to go any further. And I always also say closure is a one-person activity. So you let that person know, this, I appreciate it. This was really great. I wish we could have gone further, but I'm gonna wish you well for, and somebody would be happy with that. He's not a cheater. He's not, you're not gonna find him out hanging out at the parties or the streets. Some woman would be just enough for her to be seen every now and then and brought some flowers to every now and then. I require a little bit more than that.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, Dr. Conti. The only thing that has to be done, and it sounds like you did do it, the only thing that has to be done
Communication.
is clear, concise communication. Two things, I should say.
I'm a therapist. I communicate very well.
Yes, ma'am, I understand. As I said, it sounds like you did do that. Clear, concise communication. And the second thing, reciprocation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one of the challenges, and the men of my group asked me to mention this, and I said I'll figure out how to mention this on their behalf. One of the things
Okay.
that the men talk to me about, Dr. Conti, is that men are challenged with reciprocation. They're
Mm-hmm.
challenged with trying to learn all the things that a woman is asking him
Mm-hmm.
for, and then waiting on reciprocation, and
Mm-hmm.
then being made to feel bad if there is no reciprocation, if he asks for reciprocation, being made to feel bad, being called sassy, and all these new crazy terminologies that women are
Mm-hmm.
using against men nowadays. That if
Right.
a man even states that he needs something or states how he feels about something, I'm like, oh my God, you got these sassy men. It's like it's bananas.
Oh,
But
I hear a lot, that men, they want to be the woman. They want
yeah,
from
yeah,
us what we want from them.
yeah, yeah. I even saw one video where the man was saying that he was expecting his girlfriend. I don't think they were married. He was expecting his girlfriend to do something for his birthday, and she said, "Oh, so you want me to be the man and date you now?" And I
Well,
was like,
you know
wow,
what? And again, she needs to come talk to me. That those type of people
she
need.
does need to come talk to you,
Yeah,
Dr.
she needs to come
Conte,
talk
for
to me.
sure.
Now, we won't even go there. We won't even go there about what all that person got for his birthday.
Yeah.
We won't even
But
go
no,
there.
I want to stay in this lane because I think it's a really good
But the
lane
reason I
where
say
we're
that is
talking about
because,
expectations and
yeah,
standards. And
but every woman, the reason
let
I
me
say
make
that
this.
though
Oh, I'm
is
sorry. Go ahead.
because there are a lot of women that are not selfish. There are a lot of women
I
who are
totally agree.
giving and who are giving and
I
not
totally agree.
expecting the male to do everything.
I totally agree.
Mhm,
Yeah. But just, but communication, I think oftentimes when I talk about the communication factor, oftentimes there are expectations that have not been spoken.
mhm,
Um, and so expectation without communication leads to disappointment,
mhm,
right? So I do believe, Dr. Conti, obviously, because you've shared here, and just knowing who you are, I know you communicated with him. So, hey, he fumbled, that's his loss.
that's his
Um,
loss. And
but
then I
just
want
generally speaking, on a whole, as a whole, and I just want to give this encouraging message to the ladies tonight. Whatever whenever your need is, whatever your expectation is, communicate with that man. I've talked
yes,
and counseled with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women that have literally
listen,
said with anger in their voice,
no,
well, he should just know. We've
no,
been together 3
no,
years, 4 years, 5 years.
no,
We've been together 24 years. And Dr.
no.
G, I just feel like he should know. And
Nobody
there are
reads
some
minds.
things. Exactly. There are some things, and I even had this conversation with my mom from time to time. I said, "Mom, did you tell me that?" Well, no, baby. I just feel like you should have known because see what had happened. Well, I'm like, no, 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 wait, Mom, wait. Let's back up. I'm gonna ask you
Yes,
one more again, Mom. Did you tell
tell
me?
me.
Because she'll start laughing.
Yes,
She'll start laughing. She know it was something she did not communicate,
yes.
but she had an expectation that I should just know. And so
I
that's
always
the other
say
part about
I help heal minds.
communications.
I don't read them. I don't want to have to guess your mind and I don't want anyone to guess mine. And I teach women all the time about communications because a lot of times we as women we will feel like, okay, well, you should have known. But it's okay to say, honey, today I was feeling a little upset about what happened. I'm just using an example. I don't know. I'm just making up something. And I really would have appreciated if just you saying, you know, I'm sorry your dad was your dad or whatever. But a lot of times women will think that and then would be mad for days and your partner don't even know what you're mad about. And then the other thing that I tell women is when you are speaking to your partner and you're saying what your issue is or what your concern is or what it is that you want to share it. We have a propensity to go all around the block and then you wonder, did he get it? No, just simply say what you're trying to say and not have to feel like you got to go all around the block, tiptoe around, because now your men's attention span isn't that long. And so even though you're communicating, are you communicating well? Because they may still miss it if you aren't being concise in what you're asking for or what you're wanting to communicate to that person.
Dr. Conti, I take objection with our attention span is not that long. I take objection with that. I
It's
believe,
not that
and I
long.
know this by way of experience, get to the point.
That's right. Get to the point.
Get to the point.
Get
My
to the
attention
point.
span will waver if I'm asking you what happened and you're telling me about 18 other irrelevant details about this story. And I'm like, oh my God. And just before the accident happened, honey, I pulled up at the light and I saw this lady walking across the street, had a pretty yellow dress. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to tell my husband I need that yellow dress because I'm going to need. And I'm like, oh my God, babe, how did the accident happen?
Right. So that's what I mean. So I really try to help women to understand a lot of times it's not that they don't hear you, it's a lot of
Yes.
times how you're
Defend us,
communicating.
Dr. Conti.
Right.
Come on now. Cause
Yes.
see,
Yeah.
that was a real gut punch blanket statement. Men's attention span is not very long. Come on, Dr. Conti. That wasn't fair.
Well, it's not long, but it can be less long if we take a long time getting where we're trying to get to.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you. So why do you think some men avoid labels or saying that we're in a relationship or we are committed or this is my woman or this is my girl or what have you, avoiding labels. What is that? I think it's avoiding responsibility, commitment, or again, they just don't like you like that. They're not ready to commit in that manner. But why do you think that happens?
Well, remember we talked about at the outset of this show tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We determined very quickly she's in one of three categories. Now, I want you to consider this, that generally speaking, this is not true for all men. It is true for many men. I would say men who are marriage focused and men who want to be exclusively committed to a woman. Most men understand who this woman is within 88 days. He knows if this is the woman he wants to build a life with.
And you know what? I skipped the part where it says men know. I heard men know within 90 days. So you were right. So you say 88. Ooh.
88 days. 88 days. And there are a number of men who have a wonderful testimony of, I knew the first time I saw her
Yes, I've
that
heard.
was going to be my wife,
I've heard that.
right? Many men have shared that. And so, if there has been no definition of the relationship, quote unquote labels, whatever we want to call it, listen, that means he doesn't have a vision concerning you.
Mm.
And you are either the fun girl or you're the project girl. I eventually want to have fun with her, except I know I'm gonna have to put a little work in. And so he doesn't want to define a relationship because he doesn't want to have accountability. He wants accessibility without accountability.
I love it. I love it. If you're watching, please don't hesitate. If you have a question, if you have a comment, something you want to share while we have the entanglement coach right here, please. Chiquita, how you doing? Chiquita Johnson. Listen, put a little comment in here. Ask your questions while we have him. I'm super excited to have him. This is just amazing. And we're gonna have to have him again on our platform. He'll just have to come in. But the problem is, then see, he gonna be tag team with me and Demi the next time. And Demi said to me, she's like, "Well, oh, I'm gonna miss all the fun." Well, I tell you what, if you're ever out, let him know. I want him to be my guest co-host. So we are really, really super glad to have you, and we want to continue. We want to continue this conversation even further than today. Who knows? Because this is really great information. And like I said, men's tolerance for extra conversation is less than our girlfriends. Absolutely, yes, it is. You are super right about that. You are
Yeah.
super right
Yeah.
about.
Thank you for saying that, Dr. Chiquita. Um, we don't have that same level of it. And again, Dr. Conti, it's not that our attention span is low. We just, because men are so logical in our thinking and we're so pragmatic that we're cool on all the extra details.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old TV show that my grandmother used to watch, Dragnet. Sergeant Friday would be like, just the facts, ma'am, just the facts. She wanted to talk about 24 other things about this burglary. And he's like, ma'am, just tell me, where did he break in? What did he take? That's it. I don't want to know what time you were watering your grass. I don't care what time you were walking your dog after you watered your grass. And then you noticed the house had been broken into.
That's
Man,
right.
what was broken into? What did he take? Just the facts.
That's right. Because you're right, we kind of go all the way around the block. We go around the block. So we want to make sure that with clarity is important, and women dating with clarity. So we cater to women, singles, but particularly those in an age group that this is you're the empty nesters. This is your second time around. Maybe you're maybe a widow. You've been married for a long time, you lost your love, and you're ready to now, God has given you peace to marry again or what have you. And so we cater to a lot of that. And what we have found is, and the reason the podcast is called Dating Differently is because it is different. It's different than probably someone who dated long time ago and now their children are out of the house, they want to try it again, or someone like me who was totally consumed with their careers And then now, you're dating. And so we want to help you understand that you should have clarity, you should have consistency, you should have someone that shows up and shows accountability, has that priority. Remember, ladies, this is powerful what he said. If you don't remember nothing else, men, when they meet you, they put you in those three categories. And so make sure that your standards and your value of yourself and how God is guiding you is high enough that they want to say, I'm going to put her in the marriage category. Now, do that mean you are going to marry this person? No, because I also often help women to understand that just because this person seems to be checking all the boxes and he's a good person, it doesn't mean he's a good person for you or the right person for you. And I've had clients that they have, when they first date a healthy relationship or in a healthy relationship, oh my God, this is my husband, this is my husband. But then you want to bungee jump and he wants to lay on the couch and y'all don't have a whole lot. You like church and he don't even, y'all don't have nothing in common. But he's a great guy. He's a stable guy. He's a, consistent person. So this is the whole point of this, is just helping women and men and singles to date differently, date with clarity, date with understanding, date with wisdom, and not just falling for the first thing, anything that's being said and all the okie dokes. Because back then when you were dating, some of this stuff might have been true, might have worked. It doesn't work today. It doesn't work today.
Absolutely.
I've
Here's a
got
question, Dr.
yes.
Conti.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know if you want to
I got
tackle
some
it.
questions. What do you have? Can you be in love with more than one man, or just be in a crush, or just be a crush in what they do?
Right. So what she's asking is, can you love a man, or is it you love this man, but you're enamored with
For the
what
other
another
person.
man
Yes,
does?
yes. Mm-hmm.
That's a question for you, Dr. Conti. I ain't in no
Well,
love with no man. I got one man I'm in love with. His name is Jesus the Christ, Yeshua.
well, let me say this. Yes. And the reason I say that is because women are multifaceted, and we have emotions that spans to the point where we can actually love more than one person at the same time. You may be more in love with one, and then you still have love for the other. For instance, let's particularly say that, and you're in a situation with someone, and you've been in this situation with someone for a long time, and women are emotional. And so if that person is not meeting our emotional needs, then it's easy for someone else to come and meet those emotional needs. And even without you being sexual, and then you start building very, very strong feelings for that other person. But this is someone you love, this is someone you've been with, this is someone you wished would be doing some of these same things, but that's not happening. So yes, you can have strong feelings for two people at the same time. One person is the person you've had history with, someone that you wish that you were, in the same kind of space that you may have been at one point, but you're not there anymore. And then here you have someone else that's coming along, and they are really giving you those things that make all of our insides just go crazy emotionally, because we are emotional beings. Hopefully that answered.
Good job. Good stuff. You were going to grab another question, Dr. Conti?
Yes, I am. I had a few questions here that was was sent to us that they wanted us to make sure that we asked you.
Okay.
And so let's see here. I'm pulling it up. Okay. What happens when you are dating someone who says, we kind of covered this one. I'm going to get to some others. What happens if you're dating someone who says that they want to be committed, however they're not showing the actions, and so you're continuously giving them an opportunity to show with their actions and not their words? When do you say enough is enough? I'm gonna let you answer that.
That's a good question, Dr. Conti. Every person, man and a woman, has to have that line within themselves. You have to figure that part out for yourself. Um, and again, because I am a huge believer in reciprocity, you have to make sure that you are giving what you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So, little things, do you return calls when you say you're going to return calls? Little things. Do you check on them as much as you are expecting them to check on you? Um, are you a person that has a great deal of availability? All those things are important to note. And if you know that you are giving those things, then you have to draw a line for you. You have to have an expiration date for yourself, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But make sure you communicate what that expiration date is. Don't just have it inside of you and this person doesn't know. Communicate what that expiration date is. And it doesn't have to be given in the form of an ultimatum. Like you say, listen, if you don't have it together by April 30th, I'm going to cut your tail off. It don't have to be that. But just let them know, say, hey, you know what? I really want to give us a chance.
Right.
But I also don't want to be in this undefined space of, ambivalence. You kind of feeling me, but you ain't, like I need to
Mm-hmm.
know if you are really in this to win this, because I would
Mm-hmm.
like to be with you. But if not, please let me know so that I can prepare myself accordingly. So I'll know, should we just be in the friendship zone with
Right.
each other?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or is this a real thing that we want to be committed to?
All right, and I want to say this: we are going over a little bit longer. You all know that we did have some technical difficulties, and if I just want to get a few of these questions out, and then we will wrap this up. I've got a few good
We
ones.
got a timeline, Dr. Conti?
We don't.
Well, hamburger, we ain't on your network. We got our own network. We
We
got
don't
the
have a
Kingdom
timeline
Network.
now. All
And the
right,
people that
so
follow me, they already know what time it is. I'm the late night king. We here
all right, so
until.
it's this one is specifically Coach G. What behaviors show a man is genuinely interested without a woman having to chase or overextend herself?
Give me that one more time.
Yes. What behaviors show a man that I think she means that you are genuinely interested, that the woman is genuinely interested without the woman having to chase or overextend herself?
Oh, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a simple compliment,
Mm.
showing your support,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what he does, just showing that you're supportive of him. Um, but be intentional about it. It can be a simple compliment. Um, because we as men, we don't get a lot of positive feedback. We're often criticized for what we ain't doing right versus being affirmed for what we are doing right. And then we'll be quiet about that. We can be in pain and we'll be quiet about it because we don't want to be told, oh, so you just need to be validated just for taking out the trash. It's like, I don't need you to celebrate for me taking out the trash, but I do want you to just be appreciative that the fact that everything is working in the house, lights, water, gas, refrigerator is stocked, your gas tank is full, the car is washed, maintained. I would just like some nice kisses and maybe a massage or something.
Every now and then, huh?
But no, to answer the question directly, Dr. Connie and caller, a compliment, showing support. If you kind of study him a little bit and find out what he likes, what really kind of fuels his fire, just little things. Men are easily moved by little things. It doesn't have to be some grandiose thing. And then I love what you said too, caller. It is the man's job to pursue the woman. So you never
Mhm.
want to overextend yourself.
Man,
But
yes.
it is proper, contrary to what the church has taught you, ladies, it is proper for a woman to at least take the initiative of communicating that she's interested. And then he knows that he has the ability to pursue. Now you back up and just let that man pursue you. Let that man show you he's going to be intentional. Let that man prove to you he's going to be consistent and all
Hmm.
the things, right? But it's a good thing that you just maybe pay him a compliment or again find out something that he's interested in or something that he does and just
Hmm.
show a little support there. That those little things go a long way.
From your experience, what makes a woman stand out as someone a man wants to protect, pursue, and commit to?
Oh, great question. I love it. Man, I love this. Man, these are great questions. Um,
They were ready. They were ready for you.
yeah. I love this. So first and foremost, um, a woman maintaining her standard. Um, and again, distinguishing the difference between standards and expectations.
Mhm.
So, what makes us immediately take a hard look at a woman and what separates her from all the others? The power of her femininity.
Mhm.
The number one thing, Dr. Connie. And the power of her femininity is how she speaks, how she presents, even something as simple as how a woman sits. When I see a woman and maybe say she has a pantsuit on,
Mhm.
if she sits with her legs wide open, I'm like, oh heck, I'm done. I'm immediately turned off. I'm immediately turned off because my sister and my cousins, from the time they were 4, 5, and 6 years
Had their
old,
legs crossed.
keep your legs crossed, hunty hunty, right? So when I see a woman sitting with her legs open like this, like a dude, I'm immediately turned off. Like, oh no, I'm cool. I don't care how gorgeous she looks. I'm like, nah. Because I'm living in Atlanta. That could be suspect. You know what I mean? Hey, can
Don't be talking about my hometown now. Don't be talking about
I
my
see your
hometown.
pictures like when you were in fourth grade, third grade? Just want to kind of see,
Don't be talking about my
the evolution.
hometown.
It's true in my city too, in LA and Hollywood. Listen,
Right?
the world is
Absolutely.
different nowadays, Dr. Connie. The world is different. But speaking, let me just wrap it up and say
Hmm.
that a woman walking in her femininity, how she speaks. Oh my God. I got the pleasure, the honor of meeting Cicely Tyson years ago. My choir was on, and we were there to present to her a Lifetime Achievement Award,
Hmm.
and from the NAACP, and the power of this woman's femininity. Oh my God, she had me and every man in that room wanting to wait on her hand and foot, and she speaks so softly. And Cicely Tyson is like 5'1". It's like 5'1" and maybe weighs about a buck 25.
Hmm.
And this beautiful, petite little woman, the power of her femininity had all of us men in there wanting to, not because she was a great Cicely Tyson, the actress, but the beauty in how she came in the room and she spoke to every person in there. And it just made us want to like, Miss Tyson, would you like some tea? Miss Tyson, can we get you something? And she says, oh no, sweet babies, you all are so kind, so kind. And I just want to serve her. I
Right.
just want to do something to take care of her, right?
Right.
Watch this, ladies. I'm about to bless your sanctified socks off. When a woman shows up in the power of her femininity, it inspires a man to want to make her life better. It
Mm.
inspires us to want to do something to take care of her. So,
I love
ladies, instead of doing the things that you would normally do because you've been a single woman for so long, and these are just things that you normally do, it's okay to turn around and say, excuse me, would you mind giving me a little help? You can put them bags in the back of your truck by yourself. Of course you can. But just say, excuse me,
I love it. I
guess
love
what?
it.
We say, oh, yes, ma'am. Oh, hold on. Let me put my stuff over here. And we immediately will shift
Yes.
because the power of a woman's femininity procures favor from a man in his masculinity.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? That is so powerful. You've said some really good nuggets, but that is so powerful because so many times women want to show up and be sexy and I see so many women trying to show off and show their bodies. And that is not it. You don't have to have not 1 ounce of skin showing to be sexy. That has nothing to do with sexy. But I love the fact that even surpassing that. It's just that femininity. I love it. Yes, just that femininity and being feminine, showing it, walking in your femininity, women. That's powerful. That was a good one. That was a good one, King. That was a good one. All right, now I'm gonna give you this last one. We're gonna go out the door with this. Drop the mic right here. We're gonna go out the door. So, if you could tell women one thing to stop doing immediately in dating, what in the world would that be and why? Mm-mm.
Stop making your man guilty
Mm.
of the sins that the last man committed.
Yes. I love it. Yes. Yes. Someone says, Demi always say, someone else cut you and you bleeding all on me. Stop bleeding on people who didn't cut you. That's a good way to take this out, because if you need to work on those things, that's exactly what I do. That's what I do. Sometimes we don't even realize what it is that we need to heal from. There are so many things that come up that triggers us, or things from the past. I always say to people say time heals everything. I say time heals nothing. It's what you do in the time. I have had so many clients that are still struggling from whatever happened to them at age 5, 10, or either high school, first semester in college, all of those things. Good evening, Dr. Country. Good evening to you, Nadella. And all of those things, and never got the proper healing and care for yourself. So in order to, I always say, be the cake. A cake has all the ingredients it needs to be good, and then you want to just add icing to it. If someone's coming into your life, he or she, if you're a male, she needs to be icing. If you're a female, that king needs to be icing. It needs to enhance you. But you can't have all the ingredients you need to be everything you have called to be if you still have things you haven't healed from, if you're still allowing hurt from the ear. And I actually have some downloadables to see if you are ready to date, and if you are ready to date from a healed place. Because a lot of times we have clients that want to go straight with Demi, and she does an amazing job with helping you with your profile, with your dating, even if it's not right, being able to give that quick, getaway text and say, hey, I'm sorry, but it's not working. She work on that. But a lot of times she'll say, you know what, I know you feel you're ready, but this is an area, I'm seeing some areas here that you need to talk to Dr. Conte about, because there are some unhealed things that are going on, and we don't want you to go in anything and you're bleeding on somebody else because somebody else cut you. So that's real good. That's real good. So y'all, this was amazing. You got to come back. That's all I got to say. You got to come back. You can be a resident guest. That's okay. That would be okay for us. I'm gonna speak for me and Demi. This was so amazing. Y'all share this information. Please, please, please share, share, share. This was really awesome. This was empowering. This was impactful. And this is what we need if we're going to be dating differently. So thank you so much, G Hightower, the entanglement coach.
My absolute honor. I just want to take a hot second and promote this awesome event that I am hosting for
Absolutely.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you won't be here in Atlanta in your city,
I
but
will still share it though. I got the information today, and I definitely will be sharing it.
next Saturday, ladies and gentlemen, this is for you. Listen, don't stay at home and be sad, mad, or depressed on Valentine's Day, which is next Saturday. Listen, get out. A lot of you want to be in relationships. And let me talk to my sisters. Ladies, I love, honor, and respect you to the fullest. Ladies, a lot of you who are single and available are not findable. I
Another
love
another
y'all.
mic drop. You're single and
Love y'all.
available. You're not
Y'all
findable.
whole life is work, church, and home, work, church, and home, work, church, take my kids here, take my kids there, walk to the dog park, and then back home. Like, boo, and how he gonna find you? Contrary to popular belief in Christendom, God is not bringing husbands to your porch by way of FedEx, Amazon, or UPS. Okay, Hunty, you
And
got to get out. Okay, you got to get outside.
if he's coming by Amazon, he's probably too young for you.
Exactly. So listen, the real love experience is going down in Atlanta next Saturday, all right, from 8 p.m. to midnight. It's going to be lit. We've got live entertainment, we've got dancing, we've got good food, we've got clean comedy. It's going down, y'all. And you
I'm
just
gonna have to tell
might,
my sisters.
just might make a love connection.
Uh,
Because, ladies, I've got some awesome men. This will not be that typical Christian singles event where it's 80 women and 10 men. No, I got some brothers pulling up from the Silver Fox gang, from the Graybeard gang, brothers who are well put together, got good jobs and or businesses. They got some cheddar and know how to make a woman's life better. Come
I
on, listen. I'm telling y'all, you want to make sure that you
know how to
come
make a.
next Saturday night because it's going to be, listen, you can bet your last money. It's going to be lit in the city, honey. I'm
I love
telling
it.
you. Go to my website, readytoloveagain.com. That's readytoloveagain.com. I've pinned the comment in the chat. You can click on that link, take you right there, go to events, and then boom, it's the real love experience. We got general admission, which is only $25. We got VIP, which will include a 3-course meal, dessert, and drinks for your
Mm.
VIP pass. I also have vendor space. So all you awesome business owners, boom, we'll have about 100 to 120 people there in attendance. So if you're an up and coming business owner or you're established, this is the place where you can get some good quality connections, make your business known to another audience, and hey, it's a great opportunity for networking as well as having a good night of entertainment on Real Love Day. That's what we're gonna rename it, Dr. Conti. We're gonna call it Real Love Day.
Real love day. I sure wish I was there. If I wasn't already because I'll hop a flight in a minute. So if I wasn't already have a pre-engagement, I would hop a flight and would be in ATL on next weekend. But I won't be able to be there. But I'm gonna send a whole lot of people your way. I got a whole lot of people in ATL that I'm gonna be saying, hey, all my friends, my classmates, my family, y'all go out and enjoy this night if you are single. Come on. I know me, girl, right? Right. I said the same thing with the cheddar to make you better.
Yes,
Come
indeed.
on with it. I said the same thing. All right.
Yes, Dr.
So
Chiquita. Silver Foxes are gonna be in the house. I got some good looking Silver Fox brothers coming up in there. You listen, it's gonna be lit. Telling y'all, ladies, don't
get
y'all
your
stay home this
tickets.
week.
Get your tickets.
Next Saturday, 8 p.m. to midnight, it's going down in A Town.
And going down in A-Town. All right. So many of you who are watching this because we are on G Hightower's platform, you know all about him. You knew nothing about me. Please follow me. I am super happy to be here. And make sure you tune in every Friday for Dating Differently with Demi and Dr. Conte. I am Dr. Conte. Please like, follow, and subscribe on all of our social medias handles, and we would love to have you be a part of our platform for more wisdom, more discernment, and more unapologetic truth with a little bit of holy sass. Because, like I always say, even the truth needs to be told in style. So, listen, join us, and Demi is so happy that you guys were here today. She's so sorry she wasn't able to be here. She's just probably in that event twiddling her thumbs, wanting to know what in the world's going on over there. But please make sure that you check in with us. Join us every week, every Friday, same time, same station, same channel. We'll follow you, sis. Thank you so much. We want to make you have healthy love and continue to love intentionally, date wisely, and date differently. All right, y'all be blessed. God bless you. So excited and so nice to have spent this time with you, G.
Thank you, Dr. Conte. I appreciate you. Shout out to Real Love Nation. I love you all, family. Thank you so much for your support tonight. And we'll see you later. I hope to see you Friday on Dr. Conte's show with Demi and Saturday, the 14th. Make sure if you are anywhere near the vicinity of Atlanta, listen. Listen, if you can't fly in, drive in. If you can't drive in, listen, catch a train, get on your skateboard, catch a bike. By any godly means necessary, you need to be at the Real Love Experience next Saturday.
I say, be here.
Yes. All right. God bless.
God bless.